Usually, when people choose light strips, they only consider whether to go with low voltage or high voltage strips. But have you ever thought about whether you actually need to install light strips at all? Next, let's talk about how to achieve great lighting effects without installing a dropped ceiling or ceiling light strips. This is where lighting design comes into play. With the development of society, apartments in big cities are getting smaller and the ceiling heights are getting lower. In this situation, during renovations, many people decide not to install a dropped ceiling because they're worried it will make the space feel oppressive and further reduce the already limited ceiling height. Since there's no ceiling, it's very difficult to install recessed light strips. In fact, the smaller the space, the more challenging lighting design becomes. So in this episode, we'll talk in detail about how to design lighting in areas without a dropped ceiling. First, we need to understand what kind of lighting environment makes a space feel warm, comfortable, and sophisticated. At this point, we need to know a key concept, the three-dimensionality of lighting. In our daily lives, whether it's sunlight during the day, office lighting at work, or the lights at the supermarket, most of them are high-positioned lights shining from above. That's why we rarely get to experience mid-level or low-level lighting in our everyday life. With this understanding, when designing lighting, we can add mid-level and low-level lighting to our homes. This way, we can create a particularly warm, unique, and three-dimensional lighting environment. So how do we actually do this? First, place a floor lamp next to the coffee table or in a corner to serve as low-level ambient lighting. Second, use surface-mounted adjustable spotlights for decorative lighting. Third, use small pendant lights next to the TV cabinet as mid to low-level lighting. Fourth, install surface-mounted spotlights with focused beams above the coffee table instead of using diffused downlights. Fifth, install wall lamps on the sofa background wall to serve as mid-level lighting. Sixth, place a floor lamp next to the sofa to provide all-around lighting. In summary, lighting design without a drop ceiling should make greater use of decorative lights. I call this the dispersed candlelight design, meaning that in the same space, multiple candle-like lights are distributed to provide illumination, with each light serving its own function and purpose. Finally, it's important to note that within the same space, the color temperature should be relatively consistent, especially for the light sources of these decorative lamps. Avoid using unbranded products. Try to choose branded light sources. Also, with more lamps, the overall brightness should not be too high, otherwise it will lack a sense of sophistication and layering. Only by doing this will the lighting appear refined and stylish.